Alright, Summoners, Draxus Clay here. I've decided to do a video specifically highlighting last hitting and last hitting practices. This is actually the second time I've attempted to do this video tonight, and I've decided to redo it mainly because I felt like the option I went with was too easy and too straightforward. It was with two ranged champions, it was with a Graves versus a Graves, and I changed it up a little bit because last hitting with a ranged character is actually pretty easy, and the concept is still the same. You have to, but the problem is the risk is less. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to kind of recreate a typical build that I would use, and I went with this one because this is something I do relatively often. I'll solo top with Olaf, and I'm not that great with Olaf. He's a champion that I really enjoy playing, but I haven't gotten very good at yet. And one of the biggest problems I have with him is last hitting. I'm just not very good at it. So rather than buying items that are going to help me last hit, I'm going to buy items that I would typically buy going solo top, which is extra armor and potions, just to generate that better lane sustain. Now, you guys know that I typically would use a Philosopher's Stone for lane sustain, but Olaf really benefits from the extra armor, and because I'm by myself and I feel like the extra 44% reduced physical damage offsets that regen over time and allows me to get in and get those last hits better. The problem is I'm only at 61 AD and not at 80 like I would be with a pure AD ranged or an AD carry. Whereas Olaf has always been kind of a AD brawler at best. He doesn't put up the most damage, but he's also really hard to kill, really good at disrupting fights. That true damage is kind of scary. So this is a typical combination of what you would see up top. Now, of course, I'm going bottom here because the enemy bot is going to go bottom. That's going to annoy me profusely. But this is a Wukong. You know, Wukong bot. That's a pretty general thing you would see in top line. See, I missed my first. I'm still at 0. I missed that. I'm really poor at timing these on Olaf, and it can be difficult if you, especially since you have to make that. And if I were playing a real human right now, I promise you he would have been hitting me. Just like I'm hitting him. So the rules of last hitting still apply. You don't want to push too far because you're going to make yourself vulnerable here. Now I'm not going to talk about that a whole lot. Because I have a whole video dedicated to it. See, look how much damage he's doing to me. See, that's why I like the armor on him, because I have to stay close to the fight for Wukong. Now, what I've gotten pretty decent at doing, see, I missed another one. I've only gotten 2 creep score. So, what? So I hope this shows that A, we're not all perfect at it, and B, that it's not always easy to do. The goal is to wait for the minion to get low enough, like that. That was a really great creep score hit for me. That one will be 2, okay? Because they got timed under that tower so perfectly. But you just have to time it right, and you have to consider not only how much damage you're going to do, but you have to consider your swing animation and stuff like that. All of those things really play a vital role in last hitting. See, now, I personally believe that it's okay, at least with Olaf, to last hit with the axe, with my Q. Especially if I happen to be laning against a champion that's got better range than me. It's got a pretty quick cooldown, and it allows me to harass at the same time if I line it up right. See, I just missed all that. That was his decoy. I knew it was his decoy. So you just have to watch, and you have to try and time it right. It's really up to you. Some people like to wait until the last second and then right click. I'm not real great at that. I prefer A clicking, which is just A, you'll get this red reticle here, and then left click the item you want to attack. To me, it differentiates just simple moving so that I can get that last hit. Now, one of the things that I do with this build that I think is a really good synergistic thing to do, because it does make me a stronger champion throughout mid-game, is I pick up a Wriggles. The nice thing about Wriggles is it is going to help me be defensive against enemy champions, but it's actually going to help me last hit, and that's a huge thing for me because I'm not very good at last hitting with Olaf. because you get that additional chance to do some damage. Forgive me, on this Madrid's Razors here. 20% chance to deal 300 bonus magic damage, or 425 bonus magic damage when you upgrade to the Riddles. So that helps kind of offset that damage and allows me to be a little bit more early striking with my abilities. But that's just kind of the point I wanted to get across. 21 to 12. So this is a pretty good example of me doing better, legitimately, than the enemy champion. So should back up, not engage. Basic rules. All the minions were attacking me during that fight. That's a decoy. Back up. So harass is really important. Try and get the harass in between creep score. But that's basically it. I still get some people. I guess one thing I probably should have opened with is how to last hit. People seem to have trouble understanding that, but I guess everybody can do it a little bit differently. The thing you don't want to do is, hey, look how pushed forward I am. A little bit further, and I'd be in a really bad spot for starters. It's got me a little exposed here to river, and I can get hurt really bad by a gank here when I really should be a little bit further back. Preferably the fight should be here. Alright, if I stop using Q to last hit, we can make that possible. And then secondly, you know, my way of last hitting is kind of a back and forth motion. I try and stay near the action, but far away at the same time, and then I come in just to get the kill. See, I'm back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Slow, kill it. That's how I do it. But it's really up to you. But the main thing is that's the key to last hitting. You just wanna know your champion, know your timing, wait till the last second, and get the hit. I have the armor on champion. Look at this. Oh, I missed. The plan there was to get all three at once. But I got excited and ended up missing. Anyways, that's the goal. Is you want to know your champion well enough to know what your timing is, and you just want to walk back and forth. It's so easy, and I can't believe I had to do this video. You just back and forth, you wait for it, and I tell you, it's not super easy because I'm obviously struggling with it. I don't have nearly a perfect creep score. I think a perfect creep score is 100 creep in 10 minutes. I believe I read that somewhere. I've seen somebody do like 80 creep in 10 minutes, which to me was insane. That person ended up having like 350 creep score by the end of the match. Man, tons of items, and that's what's important here. So it is having items. Items win games. Items earlier than your opponents win games. That's basically it. I'm rambling now. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it was informative. If you're going to play a champion like Olaf, where you have to get in close to get a lot of your creep score. See, Olaf... See, I ramble. I'm going to give 2 more minutes to this. Olaf excels as a solo top for a couple of reasons. He's versatile. I can run in with my 96 armor, which is 49% reduced damage, and kind of share some blows with this guy. Okay? And that's good. Sometimes you'll be put up against a champion like Caitlyn that's going to have some range on you. And then you can last hit by using your axe, and you can harass at the same time. You can stay a little further back, wait for it to get low just like you would before, toss it in. Okay, I'm going fast now. I knew I wasn't going to get any creep score there. But, man, I'm low on mana. Run in, get the hit. Come down here and missed it. Keep my harassing. Get my creep score. I really want these two back here. How low they are. But, anyways, I'm not even going to give it an extra 2 minutes. That's basically it. You get the gist. Thank you for watching. As always, if you have constructive criticism or if you just want to say hi, post in the comments. Also, give me some ideas as to what you'd like to see. Tell me what would interest you in the way of videos and in the way of content. I'd really be interested in knowing, because I'll do my very best to oblige. Thank you for watching. Take care.